Hello, my clever students. It's been quite some time since we've seen each other last. I hope you've all been well and have been practicing your new skills. At our last meeting, we walked through our first battle. We put quite the drubbing on our poor imaginary opponent. At that time, I promised you that we would next explore the finer points of the game, such as special conditions and advanced rules. We will get to those, but first, it's time for a pop quiz. Now, since you are all rather young for such clever students, you may not know what a pop quiz is. Well, you're about to find out, haha, yes. A pop quiz is a test of your knowledge that happens completely by surprise. So now, let us see how well you have remembered your training.
Which of these is not a Pokémon energy type? Water, fire, fairy, or vegetable? Right, vegetable. Although it is an energy source in real life. How many attacks does each player get per turn? 1, 2, 3, or as many as you want? Right, only 1, so use it wisely. What are the 3 types of cards? Creature, power, and special? Monster, attack, and retreat? Active, basic, and evolved? Or Pokémon, energy, and trainer? The correct answer is Pokémon, energy, and trainer. Pokémon are your Pokémon, energy are what you use to attack, and trainer gives special powers. True or false? All basic Pokémon can evolve into Stage 1 and then Stage 2 Pokémon. False. Although basic Pokémon evolve, not all basic Pokémon can evolve. Which move can you only do once per turn? Put a basic card on your bench, evolve a Pokémon, attach an energy card, or play a trainer card? The correct answer is you may only attach one energy card per turn, unless a trainer card grants you a special power.
Did you get all 5 correct? Congratulations, most clever student. But do not worry if you did not answer all the questions correctly. It was a difficult pop quiz after all. If I had told you to prepare for an examination, you surely would have done better. But remember, you must always be ready for surprises in the world of Pokémon. And in Pokémon card battles, some of the biggest surprises come in the form of a coin flip. Yes, you must be prepared for when the magical coin brings you luck, and especially when it does not. Let's take a closer look at special conditions and the power of luck. Some attacks do more than just take hit points away from your active Pokémon. Yes, these brave creatures must endure other punishment during battle as well. Certain Pokémon have the ability to attack your poor Pokémon and make it asleep, burned, confused, paralyzed, or poisoned. Oh no. Each one of these is very bad for your little fighter. They each cause a different kind of problem. If your Pokémon is asleep, it cannot attack or retreat. After your turn is over, you must flip a coin. If it's heads, hooray, your Pokémon wakes up and can battle again. If it's tails, it stays asleep, and you lose another turn. If your Pokémon is burned, it suffers 20 points of damage for each turn. After your turn, if you flip a coin heads, your Pokémon stops being burned. If you flip tails, it stays burned and will take another 20 points of damage on the next turn. Oh no. If your Pokémon is confused, you must flip a coin before you attack on your turn. If it's heads, your attack works normally. If it's tails, your attack does nothing, and you lose 30 hit points. Yikes. If your Pokémon is paralyzed, it cannot attack or retreat for 1 turn. There is no coin flip here. And if your Pokémon is poisoned, you lose 10 hit points every turn. You cannot remove the poison special condition with a coin flip, and it doesn't go away on its own like the paralyzed condition. No, if you want to stop being poisoned, you must retreat to your bench, or evolve the Pokémon. Those are the 2 ways, and the only 2 ways. Retreat or evolve. The good news is that retreating and evolving work to stop all of these bad special conditions. So always remember that if you want to avoid the luck of the coin flips, you can always save your poor Pokémon from one of the dreaded special conditions by retreating or evolving. During the game, this is how you show that a Pokémon is under a special condition. Asleep, turn your card to the left. Paralyzed, to the right. Confused, upside down. Poisoned has a special counter with a skull. Burned has a special counter with a bandage. Now that you know all about special conditions, I've taught you all of the basics of the game. Let's take a quick look now at some of the advanced rules. Winning the game. There are 3 ways to win a game. Usually, you will win by knocking out all of your opponent's in-play Pokémon, meaning there are no Pokémon left on their bench. But 2 other ways to win are when you knock out 6 of your opponent's Pokémon, or if your opponent has no cards in their deck at the beginning of their turn. Abilities. Some Pokémon cards have a special move called an ability. You can find them on the card where the attacks usually are, but they are not attacks. They are special powers that can do many different kinds of helpful things. You can use each one that you have before you attack, and since you can even use them when your Pokémon is on the bench, you can use multiple abilities on each turn. Weakness and resistance. During battle, be sure to make sure you look at the effects of weakness and resistance. This is how different energy type Pokémon are stronger or weaker against other types. If your Pokémon has a weakness against a certain type, each attack will cause you extra damage. If your Pokémon has a resistance, however, it will be stronger and suffer less damage. There are many charts out there that will show which types of Pokémon are stronger or weaker against others, but I find this one to be the most helpful. Let's take a look. The middle column, in between the 2 columns of arrows, are each Pokémon type. To the left, those are the Pokémon types that are stronger than the one in the middle. To the right, those are the Pokémon types that are weaker than the one in the middle. For example, let's look at the very top. Fairy types are weaker against steel and poison. But fairy types are stronger against fighting types, dragon types, and dark types. If you'd like, you can press pause on the video right now and print this out or copy it down for your convenience in the future. GX and EX cards. These cards are extra powerful. If you knock out one of these cards, you are rewarded with not 1, but 2 prize cards. There are other rules that you only need to know in very rare occasions, such as when 2 players win at the same time, or if you're using special cards like Dual Type or Break. If you'd like to take a look at the full rulebook, you may visit this very helpful link. It has everything you need to know. So that is the lesson for today. But before we go, I want to show you what the online game looks like. A few of you clever students have already started playing online, but I wanted the rest of you to see how easy and fun it is, and how quickly you can learn the game by playing against computer opponents, and real people too. Let's take a look. Sadly, this may be the last video of the Abernethy Pokemon Club for a long time. If you'd like to continue to receive helpful information during the summer, please contact me at professoracorn1@gmail.com. I will answer any questions you have, give you assignments with fun Pokemon activities, and help you play the online game. Simply email me from an address that you can use, if you have your own, or use your parents', with their permission, of course. Thank you so much, clever students, and may your cards and your summer be amazing.